Hey, gents, look who's back. It's me. Speaking to, you guys. You guys who are real big fans of what I'm putting out these days. Those who pay particular attention to my channel and my content, well, first of all, don't. You may have seen that my Modern Warfare 2019 video was unlisted for a period of time. This was because, well, it sucks and I don't like it. But something, content preservation, whatever, something Activision doesn't know much about. But Bricky said plenty on this, so I won't bother. Third time's the charm. We've got Modern Warfare 1, or 2019, or whatever you want to call it. This Vanguard video, which nobody ever gets to see again. And now Modern Warfare 2, with Modern Warfare 3 coming up right behind it in a move that I'm not terribly thrilled about, to say the least. But real quick side note for all my Doge fans out there, and the few of you that are sticking around and being like, oh god, another hour-long video essay about dumb garbage. Well, one, I'm gonna make sure that this isn't an hour and a half long. And two, Doge stuff's kind of over. And I don't know After Effects, and I really don't want to try competing with this. So I hate to say it, but no more Doge stuff from me. I mean, I value what it's done for me, but it's over. So, I mean, if you wanna unsubscribe, I totally get it. Just go ahead. Ah, So Modern Warfare 2, what should have and almost was an improvement on all of Modern Warfare 2019's best aspects, has become a worrying sign of what's to come with Call of Duty. The culmination of the boiling pot of frogs that is me and the rest of the community. Now that Black Ops Cold War and Vanguard have finally broken my 10+ year-long streak of buying Call of Duty, I've finally gained the ability to look at Call of Duty more objectively during the hype build-up, which was especially useful in Modern Warfare 3's instance. Like, for Modern Warfare 2, I really didn't get that excited for it until they started showing off like everything for the game at that big reveal event where that one lady got caught cheating in Warzone. Then the beta comes out, and of course it's fantastic because it's just Modern Warfare 2019, but like more refined with new bells and whistles and whatnot. Especially fucking Fast Draw, which kicks ass and should be in every FPS game forever. Makes Modern Warfare 2019 seem outdated by comparison. It's got this lame round font. Like, who uses round fonts? And the Russians are wearing this stupid like early 2000s like Gorka suit gear. Now we're in the 2020s, bro. We got Armored Core 6, baby, it's about time. And we got Metal Gear Solid coming back. We got Front Mission.
Pretty cool, guys.
But anyways, Modern Warfare 2 decides to break off somewhat and join Ghost Recon Wildlands. Wow, voice crack, nice. Yeah, I'm an adult, can't you tell? I'm not 15 years old. Anyways, Modern Warfare 2 decides to join up with Ghost Recon Wildlands in the let's shoot cartel guys because they're actual shitbird evil loser people genre of military shooter, which, I mean, should honestly be a more common thing because cartel guys are actual shitbird evil loser people, and the US should do something about them. But with this new change in direction, I thought we'd just be eating ass out in the jungles of Colombia for the whole game, like the worst parts of Bad Company 2, but thankfully I was proven wrong. I gotta say, out of all the pre-order practices out there, campaign previewing's not bad. For someone who enjoys the campaigns of Call of Duties, clearly, it's good to actually take my time and get it done without feeling that good old FOMO and to jump right into multiplayer because I'm getting passed up so hard! Everyone's already level 15 million! So I hope this becomes a trend. Got Sarah back doing the soundtrack again, and thank God, because she does a damn good job in this game. Granted, it's no Hans Zimmer, but we're not gonna get that again anytime soon. But it's one of the better Call of Duty soundtracks in my opinion, and it's up there with her work in Infinite Warfare. Alright, it's just the Modern Warfare 2019 theme again. I mean, alright. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's cool, but I mean, I don't know. Kinda wish I did something different. Good thing she's coming back for the third game, right, guys? The campaign starts off with not as much of an edgelord Ghost doing some cool stuff in the desert. I'm actually kind of glad that the original guy that they had voicing Ghost got axed for saying politically incorrect stuff, because this new guy's voice is way better.
Nearly there.
It's still the dumb, gravelly voice, but at least it doesn't sound like he literally inhaled gravel before walking into the booth like in the first game.
That's General Cabrani.
He's punctual. I'll give him that.
General Shepard shows up with Overlord's voice actor from the original Modern Warfare 2, so it's a little odd given the nostalgia factor of hearing him from that in Battlefield 3, but he plays the role pretty well. Russians are meeting up with the Iranians in what's already a better handled depiction of Russia than the debacle that was Modern Warfare 19's campaign.
You copying this, Shadow One?
Affirmative. 2 birds, 1 stone.
We need positive ID on Cabrani before we kick this off, boys.
Ghost, can you identify the general?
Armed escorts around one VIP. Russians are very happy to see him.
It'll be the last time they do.
Ghost, you are danger close to the zone. This arrow's gonna pack a punch.
Copy approved. Send it.
All stations, Shadow 1. Pistol is ready for immediate. 1. Shot out. Pistol included.
Target destroyed.
We have a hit on Gabrani's second in command.
Hassan Zayani.
Hassan is mad that we blew up his sugar daddy and he wants
He's
revenge.
taken up the mantle for
But he's in another made-up-istan with his made-up gun names because Activision isn't enough legal hot water as it is. They don't need a bunch of ghost gun grabbers mad at them too.
Well, let's get him.
When?
What time is it now?
Who do we send?
Got Ghost meeting up with my boy Soap. Ghost's skull mask looks a lot less stupid than it did in Modern Warfare 19, thankfully. It was definitely needed, because I would not have been able to take this bozo seriously if they didn't change it.
Sergeant, Soap and Tavish. Let's get ourselves a win, yeah, LT? Save your seat, sir. Fucking hell.
Boyd, secondary HOT.
Mission is a bit similar to Fog of War from the first game with this little nighttime trek up to the target area, except thankfully with 100% less straight up war crime usage of white phosphorus, so we're already doing better than Modern Warfare 1.
All stations, Racer 1 is bracketed, we're getting lit. Incoming! Flares, flares! Second missile! Racer 1 going down! We're going down!
The chopper gets got and Bato radios for help.
Alpha, how copy?
Bravo! Alpha is immobile. Multiple critical. Shit! We're taking effective fire!
Alpha, we're moving to building 1.
We force up to the house, and unfortunately this mission is probably the closest we get to a clean house experience in this whole game. It's a shame because the pre-release leaks for this game mentioned some sort of like PT style of a clean house experience where you could like go through the same house but it repeats with the varying elements every time. It sounded great. Kind of like that one leak for Infinite Warfare where it was going to be some like reality bending thing, I don't know, but it sounded cool. Not to mention 6 Days in Fallujah has its like randomly generated city blocks and rooms to clear like every time you play the game, so it's a shame that Call of Duty hasn't taken advantage of this demand yet.
Pushing up the second deck. 7
يلا
to
طوري
second.
انا لاح من ذاك
Out there.
اخي اقتل كل واحد بيمر من هون هيك
Ghost.
Well, now that my mother's turned the video off, we get a little bit of like a Call of Duty 4 fake out here with like the recording playing on the laptop, but you'd think they'd be able to hear that it's like not him just because of the poor audio quality.
You good, mate?
Yeah, plate stopped it. These are fuckers that hit Alpha.
Yeah, whatever you say, man. Ever since Warzone's success, it seems that armor plates have just become like the go-to Deus Ex Machina for Call of Duty because nobody fucking dies in this story, spoiler alert.
Ghost, Soap. AQ's working with some good gear.
We get this cool part where we hunker down in this chopper, a little bit like Genocidal Organ, and Infinity Ward gets to show off their good sound design some more.
Take it. Engage! Shooters at the wall!
You called the LT.
X-ray down. Fuck! Get your gun up!
They start bringing in IFVs, but for some reason they don't just like shred the chopper to pieces immediately.
All Bravo. Kilo 01 is inbound hot. Danger close.
Then an Apache shows up and it has 2 chin guns for some reason. I don't think that's a thing. In fact, I'm almost certain it's not a thing. Whether it was intentional or not to have AQ mirror the Taliban by gaining all of this like high-grade military equipment, I think it's a great idea and it makes them much more threatening than they were in the first game. Although if they wanted to be realistic, we were the ones that gave them the gear, not Iran.
Fuck! Man down! AQ sniper on the roof. Get down! Soap, take out the shooter. Rest of you stay low until we're all clear.
Who's hit?
We have a little night vision snipe off with AQ. This part should have been more tense than it actually was, because even on hardened, you can still take a round, dive to prone, and then pop the guy immediately.
AQ's pressing hard. If Hassan's not here, what the hell is? 7-1, moving interior. Fucking hell. Close one. You good? Aye.
Negative on Hassan.
Heading into the first deck.
Got your back. Moving.
Hostile down.
I saw him.
S-Vest neutralized. Sneaky little gets everywhere. Kill confirmed.
Look about. See what you can find.
Look, Hassan's uniform. So he was here.
Lost him when we secured the crash site.
Are you saying we shouldn't have helped?
Choices have consequences.
All Bravo, we got movement out here.
On the way.
I'll save us all the time by saying that no, this does not mean that there are branching paths or like different choices to make during the game. Sad that only Black Ops 2 and Cold War get to enjoy that luxury. As we move into the warehouse, we get our first encounter with the Warzone armor system bleeding into the campaign. It's not a terrible idea, but the damage threshold borders on Division levels of no, body armor doesn't work like that. It might have been a neat change of pace had it not been overused for literally like every encounter later in the game.
What the fuck is this?
It's all in English.
Steaming Jesus.
Ballistic missiles.
It's a mobile launcher.
These will go 1,000 miles.
Yeah, at least. How the hell did Iran get their hands on this? 7-6. Get us through to Laswell.
Roger, stand by. Bravo's...
Iran is in possession of American missiles.
It's immediately a more interesting plot than somebody stole some gas and they're gonna use it on Urzikstan. Like, oh my god. It also surprised me just because I thought we were just gonna be fighting the cartels the whole game. I thought we were gonna be, again, like in South America, but instead we get to go to
Amsterdam.
Well, that's the first good news I've heard all day.
Guys, you set?
Khakis?
Let's get after it.
Jake from State Farm is back on deck in a mission that I'm shocked isn't forced stealth, considering, like, we're in Amsterdam, we're in, like, an actual, like, European city, and we have dudes with guns, like, look, just civilians driving by, here we are, and just bang, 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 just shooting people. I mean, yeah, you can make the argument that it's like, oh, the guns are suppressed, but what happens if you miss and it like, goes through somebody's window? But then again, given the rioting in France, is it really that unrealistic to just be popping fools like this out in the open?
Intelligence indicates they're behind the problems in Paris.
Okay, first big sin of the game. Why do we hold our knife like this? You hold it like a baller in Modern Warfare 19. You can do like cool Vimple CQC stuff. But now, in Modern Warfare 2, it looks like we're a little kid who just found it lying on the ground and doesn't know what to do with it.
Listen. Spanish. Sounds like it. You said...
We sneak onto the boat and find some fucking cartel members and we have to fucking kill them, man.
Why'd you do that? I didn't do it.
Look at this. That's Almas. Mexican cartel. What the hell are they doing here? Laswell. Around using the cartel for transport.
Shotgun!
Barges all narcos.
Put a bitch in the alligator fuckhouse. Y'all, this right here is a sex move. So it's always...
All clear. It's his phone. Cartel's meeting with AQ.
Alright? Game is game.
We meet up with Laswell wearing our tactical human hoodie, looking like a huge tool, but at least Amsterdam looks pretty.
Stay on him. We need to know.
Your weapons concealed.
Oh, there's a target. Okay, let's act cool. Oh, some ducks in the water.
Sergeant!
I just wanted to zoom in, I'm sorry.
Hold up.
This mission is messy just because, like, we're knocking people out and, like, capturing dudes just in the middle of this busy square with nobody reacting for some reason. That is until these banjo players show up and start shooting people. But after this, the mission's over, and so you'll soon see that a lot of the missions in this game are, like, really short, which is a problem.
The Las Almas cartel is smuggling an Iranian terrorist over the border.
Laswell. Terrorists don't cross the southern border.
Sorry.
Who's my target?
Major Hassan Zayani.
Copy. When?
Tonight.
Tapped into a surveillance drone. Eyes on.
We get introduced to Alejandro and Rodolfo. Alejandro literally just being Alejandro from Sicario, like they didn't even give him a different name. The real difference is that Alejandro from Sicario is played by Benicio del Toro, unlike the Crimson Chin over here. I do find it funny how Trump has like two pseudo-references in this game, one being the Soleimani missile strike and two with the border wall here for all the good it does.
So true.
But it's funny because Kotaku isn't happy about it and dares to call Modern Warfare 2 a right-wing game. This mission's also pretty messy, not because of the meme of the de-escalate civilians prompt, which thankfully hasn't reached, like, pay respect status, because, I mean, like, I don't know what else you'd put here. Like, he put his bat down. This looks de-escalated to me. If anything, the real issue is the fact that the cartel's just driving around shooting guns like this. They don't seem suppressed at all. Here's the part where everybody else got murdered super hard by the cops except for me, I guess.
Tell you boys apart from cartel. Where's your suspect?
Well, my goodness, you just proving Trump's point here. These guys are scary. They got RPGs and they got guns and stuff. Oh my god! We get a little bit of limpia casa.
Coronel, el primer piso está listo.
Entendido.
But then Jose gets clocked by Hassan and his chums.
No. Let him burn, as Gubrani burned.
I'm actually okay with the usage of the, like, villain doesn't just kill the hero trope here, just because of the reasoning behind it. Like, Hassan's a vengeful guy, and he wants equal punishment for the missile attack. What I don't like is the fact that Alejandro just strolls on in and saves Miguel through the fire and the flames, and everything's fine.
We can't start a war in Mexico, General.
Certainly not. I'll task Philip Graves and his shadow company, PMCs, to assist. Their rules of engagement can help us cut some red tape and get this done.
Alejandro!
Sergeant McTavish!
Call me so.
Lieutenant! Last one says they call you Ghost.
Actually, I believe he prefers to
How do?
This is just the scene from Sicario where we get to see that Mexico is a shithole.
Wait truck, 4 under the back.
Hey, tranquilo. Easy. It's normal here. Guns on the street is jurisdiction of the police.
Where are the police?
Well, Las Almas has a very serious problem. There are few here to uphold the law, and many of those who resist corruption disappear.
What about the military?
Well, because we're well trained, soldiers are recruited by the narcos. Why not you?
Kids, guns, and balloons. It's a new one.
Narcos use generosity to win over the people.
Even the children.
Especially the children.
What's on those sheets?
Messages from El Sin Nombre. Warnings marking territory. Checkpoint is the army. Turn right, we'll go around.
Why?
Some troops are in the pocket of El Sin Nombre. Like I told you, he is everywhere. Cartel is hiding Hassan in the village across the river. Let's hope he's still there.
Another side effect of having armor in the campaign means that all the guns now have to have these dinky extended magazines, like we're playing Warzone, because we need just 60-round magazines just so we can kill one guy.
Clear. Secure this house, then we go for it. If Hassan's here, he's in this room. Secure the room. I'll cover.
Clear, no Hassan.
We push into the main house and notice the Quds Force logo on the wall. And I gotta say, good on Iran for having cool iconography. I didn't think that this was a real thing. I thought that this was just Infinity Ward making like a cool SDF for like Barkov logo. It's very angular, so I didn't expect it to actually be like a real insignia. But then the Mexican army shows up and... But then they start shooting heart gas into the building. This part's pretty cool. You gotta constantly fire and retreat down the mountain while they send more and more guys at you. Of course you are. It's a shame the mission is so linear and you move so damn slow that it's kind of loses a little bit of the fun factor and replayability. And then, of course, you'll see it in a second here. Oh, you got the armor. I got this big magazine. Then again, Black Ops 2 did this same bit, and it wasn't really that good back then, but Call of Duty 4 did it pretty well.
Clear. Up the hill. The narcos changed everything. You led us to a dead end, mate. We jump from here.
Major fracture detected.
We keep fighting even in the river just so Infinity Ward can show off their fancy water tech that they made for the game. For some reason, the Mexican Air Force doesn't just shoot down this AC-130 flying around in the daytime, but I mean, whatever, it's fine. We mount up, and I feel like it'd be really uncomfortable sitting in a car like this with your clothes sopping wet.
You boys good to roll up Hassan with some fire from the sky?
Let's wrap this fucker up, Graves.
I'm coming to kill you! We are pushing to the target directly. Shadow 1 out.
These guys on the ground, Mexican Special Forces, 141, they are your brothers now. Treat them like your own, and let's get this done, yeah? Yeah. Ghost, this is Shadow 1, orbiting the compound now. Standing by for vision.
Shadow 1.
Got our personnel right there.
This mission rocks. It's way better than the COD 4 and Modern Warfare 3 AC-130 missions, just because, I mean, look at it. I mean, like, the higher fidelity just makes it way more satisfying to do this. Sound design is fantastic, too. You can hear, like, the rounds impacting through the ground team's radios, and then when I do this... it actually shakes the entire plane. While the usage of the AC-130 in games has far devolved past what Call of Duty 4 initially intended for it, but I mean, come on. You can't say it's not fun to send a narco's legs to a different postal code from the rest of his body. A good thing for replayability would be if you got to choose whether you wanted to be the ground team or the AC-130 team. You'd be like that one Black Ops 2 mission where you can decide between driving or flying that drone and shooting dudes. Especially because, like, if you chose the ground team, you get to see all the shit that this AC-130 gets to do.
Shadow 1, good effect on target. We're moving up.
Roger, 07.
We grab Hassan and then Carlos shows up so we can escape.
Shut the fuck up.
Hook, line, and fucking sinker that.
Hook, line, and sinker!
You know I love that shit! Comms, give me the gem.
Jack.
Graves, actual, make my day.
We got him. Escorting back to base as we speak.
Make it quick. We can't hold him for long.
Roger that.
There's an individual crossing the road.
What the fuck's he doing?
Shadow 1, we may have a situation here.
Quítate de mi camino!
Vehicle south. Friendly vehicle is hit. They're down on the intersection. Armed personnel.
For the latter half of this mission, we just level this whole town.
Friendlies are moving into the restaurant.
Engage the cartel, but do not fire on the church. Civilians may be internal.
So I imagine they're in church and then they walk out and they just see their whole, like, village just wiped out.
Good impact.
Sweet. Cartel, moving to the gas station. No movement at this time.
Bravo 07, Shadow 1, all visible threats are down.
Sergeant, sit rep. Hassan is secure. Still a prick.
And you are as mindless as your weapons of war.
Bravo 7-1, you are cleared hot to shut Hassan the hell up.
All shadows got into the vehicle at the soccer field southwest.
Incoming!
The soccer field right now. Rotor wing aircraft incoming from the southwest.
Copy. They're sending everything they got. Well, hell, we'll clean out corruption in one afternoon.
The Mexican army finally figures out what man pads are, but that's not going to stop me from doing this.
Graves, our exit spot by enemy armor. Requesting immediate air support.
These fuckers gonna realize Hassan's coming with us.
I just got three things to say.
God
bless our troops. God bless America.
Bravo 0 extractors on station. Take this west of the building. They
On your knees.
Y'all got a clear picture?
We secure Hassan and get another Sicario reference. And honestly, I think Hassan's written pretty well. I think this scene's really good.
No. Farsi? No. I'll speak your bastardized medieval English. Because you're all uneducated street dogs.
See, we're getting off to a bad start here, son.
You're talking to Al-Quds Force officer.
You're the commander of a foreign terror organization.
I can say the same to you.
What's your target? Major.
What was your target when you sent missiles to my land?
Oh, wild guess to nail your ass. Take a look around, Hassan. Now you can either become part of the food chain, or you can start talking.
I'm a hostage here. This is illegal.
You're a prisoner of war.
Iran is not at war with Mexico. I've broken no laws. These men and their commanders are the lawbreakers.
You and your beloved General Gorbani
Do not speak his name! You executed him and you will pay for your crimes.
Actual, let me finish this.
There's nothing I would like more.
People get mad at this scene just because, like, we go through all this effort to capture him and then just let him go. But I mean, the whole reason we got him was for information, and we got it.
Did we get anything from his phone?
Affirmative. We got a hit.
Good. Now, take him back and let him go.
Data hacked from Hassan's phone in Mexico went to cell tower off the coast of Spain. Hassan was communicating with someone there when we caught him. Signals jumped.
You're green lit. Execute enable.
Roger. Stand by. Guys.
Low wind. 200 meters.
For the next mission, Price and Jake are off to Spain, sighting in with their...
Bravo. What do you have?
It's a good fake out. It got me the first time around. We get all gillied up again from Call of Duty 4. We got these cool camo-wrapped MRADs. Now, this is going to be controversial, but I don't like all gillied up. It was good in COD 4 for like the first 3 or so times you play it, but every time after that, it's so unbelievably boring. And the reason for that is because you're doing what I'm doing right here. You're following an NPC for like 20 minutes and doing nothing but that and shooting only when you're told to. Because if you, oh, look at that, oh, you ran, you can't do that, you're going to fail the mission. Especially the iconic scene where it's like, oh, you're in the grass and here the tanks come and you gotta just wait there while they pass. It's like you sit there for like 5 minutes. You don't do anything because it's the same thing every time. You play it once and then that's it. Now this mission tries to remedy that by having the enemies go along different paths, but that's because it cheats, so it doesn't work that well. It builds false tension. You can't quite see it here, but there's a point later where it's really egregious. It doesn't feel good to sneak around someone when the game clearly just like knows you're there. But you have to like elude them for just long enough for the check to clear. Then we get to this ridge and actually do some rangefinder sniping, which would be cool except for the fact that Price sits on his fat ass and makes you hike all the way around the base to hit collaterals for 5 minutes.
Well, looks like we're clear. Time to head down and find a way inside. I'll cover you from here.
Why me and not you, Captain?
That's why they call me Captain and you Sergeant. Get moving.
What a dick.
You there yet, Sergeant?
Bloody hell, Laswell. It's a long way.
We didn't all run cross-country in college, Kate.
I still run, John. Just gotta stop smoking.
You smoke, Laswell?
I do. My wife hates it.
Woman power! Gosh!
Fucking hell.
Clearing out the base close quarters actually gave me some Ground Zeroes vibes, which is always welcome. I like the different ways you could like approach breaching the buildings, even though the gas vent trick is easily the best way to go about it. Although, again, Price doesn't fucking do anything. Yeah, I'm sure you are. I am very glad to see that the ENVG tech is being added to games now, like with this thermal sight thing.
Warehouse is clear.
That container's inside.
This place stinks to high heaven.
It's a fish breeding factory.
Oh, now I know why you sent me down there alone. Found something.
Are you serious? You're telling me you look down first, not at like the eye level tunnel schematic on the wall right in front of you? Price actually decides to move his legs for once as we head over towards the lighthouse.
You push forward to the lighthouse base and I'll cover you from here. Ah, my turn again, sir. Well, you were so good at it the first time.
I'm gonna shove one of your cigars up your ass.
Copy. Getting your cardio in today, Kyle.
Eat shit. This is something I recorded playing through the game for the first time. Like, these guys kept killing me, so I legit ran to like the edge of the playable area, and look, they still come up and get you. So you basically just have to shoot them as soon as they get out of the trucks. After I, by myself, clear out the buildings, we rope down to the tunnel system. And while we're down there, we find some of Ghislaine Maxwell's Epstein submarines. Well, speaking of kidnapping, Kate gets got. By me, I just fucking shot her, she's dead.
Get your fucking hands off of me!
Ah, Kate, I wouldn't worry about it. You're a bit too old for old Jeffy boy anyway.
We'll lead the rescue team.
That's not gonna happen, John.
Say again, General.
Price and Garrick revert to piss baby insubordinate mode, like they did at the end of the first game. I was worried that this was when Shepard was going to betray us in this timeline, but he's still a pal despite these two acting like children.
I know you're upset, Captain. This happened on your mission, and that's a tough pill to swallow.
Are you telling me we leave her?
I'm telling you I can't help you, but I won't stop you.
I'll have her back in 12 hours.
Don't die doing this, John.
Nick! Where to?
Nikolai is back, but unfortunately so is Farah and the rest of the window lickers of Urzikstan. Curious how when the worst part of Modern Warfare 19 story appears in Modern Warfare 2, it's for the worst mission of the game. Many such cases.
I miss fire.
The mission starts off kind of cool with this chopper bit, and then there's the bit later where you're upside down, but then you're driving for like 15 minutes, and it's not worth it.
No! Bloody hell!
Anyways, back to the actual good characters in this plot. We're about to raid a cartel mansion.
Then we take it. I got enough shadows here to take over the whole damn country.
I'd prefer if you didn't.
Just saying. One house shouldn't be a problem.
We need Sin Nombre alive.
Well,
Well,
then we need to meet him. Get one of us inside, find the boss, roll him up.
I'll do it. You go in there and they'll give you, hermano.
I'll take my chances. We came here to stop a missile. Let's stop it. I'll offer intel for a meet with Sin Nombre. And if he's there, we pounce.
I'll take Overwatch. Shadow circles the target in a helo.
Roger that. They are going to want proof. Show them this. Call me when you need me. All right, let's gear up and get after it.
Kid's got sand.
Soap gets himself captured as part of the whole ruse that they have planned, but Alejandro's just here as well? He just got in? Why not just have Alejandro do the whole thing in disguise if he can just get in by himself? Anyways, we meet Tuco from Breaking Bad.
It's
¿Es este?
Sí, señor.
Get the fuck out of my elevator. Valeria, y no más. Un gringo.
Sit down.
Don't say it.
Niños! This is simple. I ask questions. You answer truthfully. Do not lie to me. Recently, we were protecting a friend in the mountains. Someone attacked us there. Who?
Huh? I think it was the rivals cartel.
It wasn't cartel. That was Mexican Special Forces.
Fuerzas Especiales. Now, how would an outsider know there were Mexican Special Forces and not you?
Maybe he was there. Tú estabas allá, pendejo. Tal vez estaba él también allá. We heard them yelling, some in English. They were with the gringos, like him.
American PMCs. A group called Shadow Company.
Sí, ¿ves? Tenía razón. Fueron los gringos.
Can you prove the Shadow Company even exists, imbécil?
How can I prove this?
What about you?
Revisé mi bolsillo.
¿Qué es eso?
Shadow Company's insignia. Proof.
Who leads Shadow Company? Give me a name.
Philip Graves.
Phil Graves. Llenar tumbas. Me gusta.
This man, Graves, what does he want?
He wants the missiles you're moving.
¿Y él cómo sabe eso? No puedes confiar en él.
It's funny to see this colonel guy shitting his pants because he's actually in the Cartel Protection mission. It's a shame we didn't get more establishment with him as like a sort of rival to make it even more satisfying when you see him get capped like this.
Qué bonito. Te vi bien ahí. Well done. Ahora sí a chambearle.
We're going upstairs.
Okay.
You go.
El Sin Nombre is in the penthouse. 3rd floor.
Elevator is a straight shot. We just
We get another hitman mission like we did in the first game, and this one's even better because there's a lot of like intricacy and like depth to this house.
If you can scout way to the roof.
¿A dónde crees que vas? Retrocede.
Found a weapon.
Cuidado, hermano. Cool out. This whole place will hunt us down. Got a visual on you, Johnny. There's a trellis outside you can take to the roof.
What about Diego's keycard?
Your call.
Found a bottle.
Good for distractions. Penthouse is in the north corner.
Bitch!
2 X-rays left. Take one, I'll get the other. Roof's clear.
Okay!
Yo no me le arrodillo a nadie, cabrón.
Ground team, you're clear to move in.
El Sin Nombre.
Me llamo Valeria.
Hiding in plain sight.
Hiding. Estoy en todas partes, soldado.
That's good. So are we. Let's go.
Hermano, ¿qué pasa?
Valeria! I know her!
I think it's funny how the 141 guys try to like assimilate with Mexican culture throughout the course of the game by like speaking Spanish and whatnot, when in reality I feel like it'd be more like this.
Sorry, but just imagine waking up and remembering you're Mexican.
That'd be brilliant. It'd be brilliant because you could just go straight back to sleep again. Oh, I'm a Mexican. I'm a Mexican.
All I'm going to do all day.
That's why we're not going to get any complaints about this, because the Mexican embassy, the ambassador's going to be sitting there with a remote control like this. They won't complain. It's fine.
Have a seat. All right, how do you two know each other?
No, it's a strong word.
Las palabras fuertes son importantes. Nuestra palabra es nuestro valor, ¿no?
De la verga, hija de puta, que te voy a matar. Calmado, comandante. Ya.
What is it with these new Modern Warfare games and having so many hardened military operator guys acting like bratish kids? That said, Valeria's actress does a really good job teasing Alejandro. She just has a really good performance in general.
He was told to cordon off the city to keep all arañas enforcers and prevent the bloodshed.
That's exactly what we did.
Bitches be shopping. You were his enforcers, huh?
He was escorted to the mountains without incident. Also, to prevent bloodshed.
And a little spat with Graves is pretty good too.
Why are you doing this?
You tell me. You're the contractor, no? What you don't do, your competitors will. To find your so-called terrorists and your missiles, you need me. To prevent bloodshed.
I'm not doing this. Doesn't change anything. It changes everything! Fuck! Don't make a deal with her. Won't end well.
Pussy! I want this. And I want boner. And you've got 10 seconds, or I'm going to show you the difference between the military and me.
Anyways, on to the COD 4 MWII crossover event, having both the oil rig and the cargo ship in the same mission.
All shooters will give no quarter.
Hell yeah. Got Graves in the field, we're fighting alongside Shadow Company. Graves doesn't have any contacts on, but that's okay, he's got earbuds or something. I can't wait to keep doing this for the rest of the game while we find Hassan.
Balcony door, up top.
Shadows, force out. I want eyes on that container now.
Two copies, moving. Shadow 1, Ghost, visual on flares coming from the rig. What's your status on it?
Ghosts are signaling the ship. They're gonna launch that missile.
It's first stage. There's still time. All shadows. Missile is on the helipad.
2-1, we're moving secure.
Where are the controls?
On that damn ship.
The container's a fluke, so we just moved to the ship instead.
You see how fast that was?
Take the ramp! Hold tight, Sergeant!
Let's have ourselves a gunfight.
Hey man, I'd love to, but we had to wait till Season 3 to get that. This part's kinda neat, but I want to know the like real life logistics as to why these crates aren't tied down.
3, 2, 1, execute! Shadow, move on the rig! Go! Tapping in. Come on, baby, come on, baby. Fuck. We can't disarm it.
Why?
It's too late.
There's no abort code?
Yeah, well, that window's closed on that, boys. Gold Eagle Actual, this is Shadow 1, missiles in boost phase, about to burn. How copy?
Solid, Shadow. We can't disarm, then we detonate.
Done. Wait, what's happening?
A little techno wizardry. Okay. Let's enjoy our handiwork, Sergeant. Here we go. All stations, prepare for the boom.
I saw it away.
Look at that big bad shit.
Steaming bloody Jesus.
Alejandro, you okay?
You safe?
Affirmative. You
good here, hermano.
Gold Eagle actual, Shadow 1. Good hit. Good hit. Missile and rig destroyed.
Copy that, Shadow 1. Good work. Now get off that X and go home. So, Ghost, thanks for a job well done.
Roger that, actual.
We're RTB, man.
Guys being dudes, having a good time. That is until the plot takes it away. This betrayal sucks. It's contrived and doesn't make any sense. It feels like the only reason why it's even here is because, oh, the original Modern Warfare 2 had it, so the reboot has to have it. Even though as of Season 5 it doesn't even matter anyway.
This is the immediate future. Step away from the gate.
The tone sucks too. Like when I first played this game and this cutscene started, I immediately knew it's like, oh, this is when they're going to betray. This is it.
This is a sizable covert facility, and I admire it. So I'm taking.
In the original Modern Warfare 2, Shepard comes to save you from what it looks like. Yeah, the music is sad, but that's because Roach is bleeding to death and you barely get out of the estate to begin with. You're relieved to see him, you're like, oh, thank God, Shepard's here. Then you fucking die, and then Ghost dies. And then you both get incinerated while Price screams his head off over the radio trying to warn you about it, but he's too late. In this game, it's just, give me your base. Nuh-uh. Okay, die then.
Are you threatening us?
Soldier, I don't make threats. I make guarantees. So let's not do this.
We were just being huge pals, like, right before this, and then it's like, oh, I gotta betray you, sorry. Not to mention that Dark Water was the mission they showed off for, like, the E3 demo, so I figured it was, like, part of the way through the game, and we still had a little bit of time before Shadow Company betrayed. Not literally the cutscene that plays after this mission ends. That would be like if Black Ops 2 marketed itself on this big drone takeover plot, and then only had it for, like, the last 2 to 3 missions. Oh, wait a minute. The whole thing just feels like they couldn't come up with anything as for, like, how do we make Shadow Company betray us this time? Well, why don't you try this on for size, huh? You got Laswell, right? And she's also trying to figure out where the missiles are, on top of, like, Shepard and Shadow and all that. But she also wants to find out where they came from, but Shepard doesn't really care about that because they're his missiles. Spoiler alert, we'll find that out later. But he's worried that she's going to find that out because there's that bit where she's like,
Give my team 2 hours with those missiles, sir. I will know everybody who's ever breathed on them.
and Shepard's obviously breathed on them quite a lot, so when Laswell's out in the field in Recon by fire, she explains it's an off-the-books mission. And Shepard has already stated that Shadow Company can help,
got some red tape,
as evidenced by the fact that we just blew up a Mexican village with an AC-130 not too long ago. So why not have it be Shadow Company in disguise that captures Laswell here? That's one, why Shepard refuses to help Price get her back, because obviously that'd be a conflict of interest. And then that'd be a little hint that Graves drops when Valeria's like, I'm everywhere, and then he's like,
So are we!
So instead of rescuing her literally the mission immediately afterwards and basically rendering it like a non-issue, it then becomes more of like a Halo 3 style situation where her being gone is more of in the background while we take care of the main problem, that being the missiles. And then Alejandro and his boys can do some digging on Graves and Shadow Company because they clearly don't trust him very much. And so we take care of the main mission. It's like, alright, we got all the missiles, great. And that's when Alejandro's like, wait a minute, these missiles were theirs, and they're the ones that have Laswell
detained.
So that's why Graves takes the base and we have to fight against Shadow Company now. It's kind of like the original Modern Warfare 2, where the main issue was first stopping the Russians from taking over Washington, D.C., and then after that is when we can start going for Makarov, and that's when Shepard is like, well, we can't have them knowing that I'm partially responsible for the airport massacre. We can't have that happen. I gotta kill 141, because they'll look at the DCM and they'll see that it's like a false flag, so I can be a war hero and shit, you know, I gotta do it, sorry. Anyways, Alejandro falls asleep and gets captured or something, I guess. I don't know. The British boys get out of the base and head down to the city for arguably one of the best missions in the whole game. Deciding that writing Hassan as like an actual, like, somewhat sympathetic villain was a bit too difficult for them, or They just got tired of doing it. The writers decided to go back to their roots and just make Shadow Company genocide the whole fucking town, man.
Sending transpo to your location for all prisoners. Stand by.
Need reinforcements in the North Plaza now.
This is Bravo 7-1 in the blind. How copy? Ghost, this is 7-1. Do you copy? Fuck, where are you, Ghost?
This mission is fantastic because it does something that Call of Duty has rarely ever done before. You're injured and unarmed. There's a church in the distance, you have to get there. There's no clear path on how to get there, and there's an entire army of dudes with automatic weapons who will shoot you on sight. Good luck, loser. You're limping around, and you're crafting shit. Soap talks to himself a lot, and I love it. And the dialogue options allow for Ghost and Soap's dynamic to really come to the forefront, and I wish that they had more of it.
Got my work cut out then.
That you do.
Think I'll live that long?
Probably not.
Both with Cold War's Safe House and this mission, Call of Duty needs to be a bit more confident in its characters and just let them do their thing for a bit.
Colonizers spill enough blood to plant their...
Oh my god, forget I said anything.
Escúchame, cabrón. You are making a mistake muy fucking grande.
Like working for narcos?
Esto es territory de las
Huh?
malas.
You like money? No. El dinero, hombre?
Please.
Okay, if they were just shooting these guys, then we wouldn't have a problem. Much like that little kid mission from Modern Warfare 19, it feeds that urge of wanting to be the guy that like stops the gunman, you know? You don't have a knife or a gun, you gotta go find him. You gotta scrounge up for anything you can get, and it makes it really tense. Oh, Jesus. Shotgun trap.
Moving inside.
Check. Take what you need to keep them off you.
Sweet. What more can I do? Now we're in business.
See, man, this is good stuff. Again, like Clean House, there needs to be like some sort of like more replayable, like procedurally generated mode of like just this stuff where you have nothing and you're just trying to get through areas of like well-armed guys. It kind of reminds me of that survival mode they had back in Division 1 that like never came back, sadly. Although if you want to talk about survival, how about this? For Modern Warfare 3, get rid of this stupid-ass zombies mode that's gonna be terrible. Like, it's not gonna be good. Get rid of that shit. Give me this, but with zombies in it, and like combine it with that specialist mode from Infinite Warfare where they have like limb damage and stuff. That would be amazing.
I'm in the coffee shop.
Get us a tea.
Fucking Brits. You're gonna owe me for this.
Why?
We're fixing each other's problems.
What's my problem?
The mask. Take it off.
Show my face.
Yes, sir.
Negative.
Are you ugly?
Quite the opposite.
I doubt that.
Fuck! What the... Oh, get down! All shadow stations. Got one near the church.
Holy hell. Ghost, is that you?
Who else? Now go.
Rick.
Got company in the church.
As you can see, and it seems that Soap shares my sentiment here, the mission takes a steep nosedive because they add dudes with Warzone armor for some fucking reason. And it's a lot of dudes too, and I don't have a lot of bullets to deal with them. Anyways, we escape the city and Ghost takes us to Alejandro's safe house where Pablo almost murders Soap. So despite this whole kerfuffle with Shadow Company happening outside the airbase, I guess we're just at the prison instead, and that's where Alejandro and all of his men are, so we're gonna go break them out. As we sneak into the prison, it quickly just becomes that one mission from Modern Warfare 3 where Yuri and Price sneak around that big castle. We get the Watch Dogs camera bit for Modern Warfare 19 again, and again, you can't skip it, but it seems like even they knew you wouldn't want to do it like multiple times because you get an achievement for speedrunning it. We get inside, go loud, get the guy, and then fight our way out.
Use riot shield.
This mission's alright. It's mostly just shooting, but again, you're fighting against armor guys a lot. And the arenas you fight in aren't the greatest. Then Price and Jake show up and we gotta hold out for a little bit.
More vehicles incoming from the front.
Jesus, look at this.
Coming up the roads.
Load in.
Hit it, guys. Shepard burned us. He sent Graves in the shadows to kill us around them Los Vaqueros.
We know why.
Laswell did a bit of digging.
What did she find?
Truth.
Here it comes, best mission in the game. Goofing off at work with the boys.
Yep.
Shepard's waiting for a sit rep. Don't leave him hanging. Out.
Thirsty friends.
Got Yuri Lowenthal driving. Now, Yuri Lowenthal is great and all, don't get me wrong, but I can't see him as some sort of like hardened military operator guy. Now, he can be in a military game, but he'd have to be some sort of like bright-eyed, like underexperienced kid, not some tactical spec ops dude killing Russians all day. Although he certainly has the spirit for it.
Slava Ukraina.
I don't like this.
His Arabic is atrocious.
And Brian Bloom riding shotgun, very nice.
Apollo, lean out and cover him.
On it.
We need a terp out here. What's the call, sir?
Vance, DePaulo, go help him out.
Contact! 3-1 is down! Light up, DePaulo! Who the fuck are these guys? Back up! Back up! All stations, troops in contact! Taking effective fire! Multiple casualties! Contact rear!
Eliminate that threat, Shadow.
God, this mission rocks. Like, you barely get a moment to breathe. There's enemies all over the place, and they're not wearing armor. Crazy. Everyone's screaming their heads off on the radios. It's fantastic.
Actual requesting QRF.
Negative. We fight with the guns we have.
Gentlemen, they need help.
You are my help. Now fix this.
All stations, we got Russian PMCs out here.
Repeat. Russian?
Enemy troop is Russian.
God damn it, Graves. You're sitting around clear.
Too many of them. Graves, we need reinforcements.
Actual, my boys are getting stitched up. They need air support.
We can't do that, Graves, and you know it.
Get down!
All Shadows report. Any station this is Shadow Actual. What is your status? Fuck. Erickson, it's Graves. What's your location? Vance. It's Paulo. Do you copy? General, I need Northward up now. My men are in trouble, sir. I want this situation contained. That means this operation will not be reported. General,
Oh shit, it's Wagner. God, this mission is just such a good job establishing the Coney Group as like this legitimate threat. And it also makes Shadow Company actually seem sympathetic because they understandably want to cover this up.
You hid this. Why?
We all keep secrets, Captain.
Why the hell wasn't I informed?
Consider yourself well informed now, John.
Oh, that's really fucking helpful. General, thank you, but you were a day late. The missile short was 3 of them. We only found 2.
Then point yourself in that direction and fix it.
And who fixes you, eh?
I don't need fixing. I'm a patriot protecting my country.
Protecting our art.
I do what needs to be done.
And you've
Forgotten what you're fighting for, John.
To do good, you've got to do some bad.
This interaction's pretty good until...
You need to cool off your shadow.
Graves?
We just say, fuck you to subtlety and just have him do a literal evil laugh and be like, I'll get you next time, Spider-Man. Dude tells Price to fix the missile problem and then is like, don't interfere with Graves trying to fix the missile problem. Could you not have at least had it where he's like, oh, it's out of my hands, sorry, like he was when Laswell got captured earlier, as opposed to just being like, oh, I gotta hit that evil pack.
I'm smoking on Bhutanese Shadow Garden grown dark evil pack.
Anyways, we get our fucking Avengers Assemble fan service moment. We gotta go kill Graves. Huh, this doesn't look right. Oh yeah, because the mission's still fucking broken and they never fixed it. Thanks, Activision!
We already got your fucking money from the campaign. Go play multiplayer and spend money on bundles, idiot!
We suffered through that nonsense and get onto the tarmac. Does Shadow Company just not care about getting, like, ATC clearance? You can just take off whenever you want without stating any intentions or anything like that? Okay. This mission goes all in on the armors, that they even give you some, which I guess makes it better, but we still have these awful 60-round mags.
Good guns, Bravo 6.
Copy. Get to the HQ and find Graves. Alejandro, use the chaos for cover and get to Valeria.
On me. Go! Go!
It's a shame, too, because this is the closest we get to, like, a proper Wolverines or contingency, like, big battle mission that we've had in a while. Honestly, when I was replaying this game for this video, dropping the difficulty down from hardened to regular on these, like, really armor-heavy missions made it a lot more bearable. Like, hardened's usually my go-to. Like, when you play Halo, you play on heroic because that's what the developers intended you to really play the game on. The game's not a cakewalk, but it's not so hard to the point where you have to shift into try-hard multiplayer movement master mode to stay alive for more than 5 seconds. Regular, though, at least in this game, gives you enough health to where it feels like you're at least on par with these armored blokes. Jake and Alejandro find Valeria.
Valeria!
Jackpot.
While Ghost, Soap, and... we'll call him Hector this time, breach the target building.
Execute. Contact.
Hell no, I gotta get out of here.
He's on. Finish this. Look, that's not ours. Holy shit, Graves brought a fucking tank.
But he's clearly not in it. Taking a page from Metal Gear Rising, you'd think that the kind of guy that Graves is, he'd brag about the fact that he's in a tank and you're not.
Like my ride? Worth every penny.
Instead we just get this little, like, hunters are getting hunted line, which you could easily say if you were just watching from afar or controlling the tank remotely.
Looks like the hunters are getting hunted now, huh? Ain't that a kick in the ass?
Never mind the fact that he never reacts or, like, gets mad at you when you damage his tank. You'd think he'd be like, you scratched the paint, Soap! The fight itself is... it's alright, I guess. I mean, I like the idea that they're trying to, like, start doing boss fights in Call of Duty now. But again, the problem comes from the fact that they send dudes with armor at you. Like, I'm already fighting literal armor. I'm fighting a tank. I don't need more armor to deal with. Thank you.
Soap to Ghost. And we're Rudy. Graves is KIA.
Satisfied, Mason?
No, not yet. Not until I see the body.
Dragovich, did you confirm the kill?
Trust me. That rat ass is a fucking charcoal briquette.
So, proper transport, get Laswell. A son and a missile are in Chicago.
It's moving to hook.
Copy. 5 set at the ground floor.
So, hook up.
Ghost, where's that? You have eyes on?
Affirm. Flashing now. Copy visual, T.
Wait a minute, this is just a repeat of Federation Day from Ghosts. And you better hold on to this SOCOM rifle if you know it's good for you. Because once they start sending armored dudes, and if you don't have this, you're not going to have fun. As we head further down the building, oh. Well, that's not good.
No! Fucking hell. Okay.
Well, let's breach and then... Oh, shit. Oh, wait, there he is. That's our guy. Bro, just shoot him. Or give me your pistol, I'll do it. Or he could shoot you, that works too.
You broken? I'm good.
Okay, fine, I guess I'll take care of it. No, I'm going after...
Come on, man. Give me a little break here.
I'm coming to kill you!
Yeah, here we go! This is the best part of the game! You thought the alone mission was just like a one-off thing? Nuh-uh! You gotta disarm the missile in real time while being hunted down by like 2 to 3 armored dudes. And guess what, asshole? You're unarmed again. Get to work. It's like the closest thing to like a proper die-hard video game adaptation, and it rocks! Because even when you finish disarming the missile, there's still like 3 guys with guns looking for you. You gotta deal with it.
He's got EQ guards on him. Steaming bloody fucking Jesus. You need to stay alive. Take out the guards and kill the soul. I just need a weapon. Make one. Aye. I called the day was ILT. Seems like yesterday. Was yesterday. Throw out the guard and do what you can to end them. Burn some glass. Find some tape you got a shiv. You can break glass for more, but it will compromise you. After the glass shiv. That's the way, Johnny. Stand one and stab him.
Get the fuck out of here!
Move the mouse trap. This can give me a gas trap. Get it placed and lure him in. Pry open one of these toolboxes. Careful, Johnny. That'll make noise. Stun them. Before you can attack, you'll need a weapon, Sergeant.
I'm working on it!
Come here, asshole. See how satisfying this is? Oh, shit.
Watch the window.
So now we celebrate as the CIA lies to the American public once again.
CIA shit.
Creative writing.
And of course, we got a sequel bait.
We don't know his name.
He's not bad.
Who is he?
Makarov.
Is he not new? Like, how do we know him? The whole team knows him? They've all met him before? That didn't happen in the first game. This final cutscene's cool as hell, though. But I feel like I'm gonna get put on a watch list just for sitting here and looking at it.
Beef, chicken, or fish, gentlemen?
Salads, please.
What an imaginative way to set up an attack like that for a reboot, where you can't quite match the intensity of the last one, but, you know, you feasibly could do that. Not that I'm condoning anything. The problem comes from, what's the end goal here, gents? There's no way that's going to be like a 9/11 style thing. There's no way they'd do that. That'd be ridiculous. Are they just going to crash it into the ground? Is this the aftermath we're seeing here in the Modern Warfare 3 trailer? Is this it? Because, like, what does this accomplish? It's a really lame payoff for this cool setup. Anyways, my final thoughts on the campaign. Like I said at the beginning, people like the Modern Warfare 19 story better, which I think is insane, because this one's, like, way better. It's nothing spectacular, of course. Like, it's not gonna beat the original Modern Warfare 2 campaign, but I mean, come on now. There's no way it was gonna ever be able to do that. But I mean, it's way better than this trash. And the reason for this is because it's clearly not taking itself as seriously as Modern Warfare 19. Because Modern Warfare 19 tried to be super like, this is what's really happening right now, and thus it kneecapped itself when it thinks it's even somewhat feasible to have a CIA agent be embedded with a terrorist cell, despite, like, still wearing clearly visible US identification, and then help wipe out some Russian airfield with Apache support and think that, like, nobody's gonna get mad at that. Sure, Modern Warfare 2 does a little bit of, like, it's like, oh, these are the laws of war, we gotta operate by, like, how war really is. But it feels way more disconnected from, like, true reality than Modern Warfare 19 tried to be, so there's some leeway that I can give it. That and the story is just overall more entertaining than lame Middle East place getting occupied. The characters are better, the villain and his motivation is better, the missions as a whole are more fun. But that said, the missions. A problem plaguing modern Call of Duty campaigns is it's almost like Medal of Honor 2010 reboot levels of railroading in its missions. In my opinion, the original Modern Warfare 2 had the best campaign out of the entire franchise. The story and characters were great, and the missions were all varied shooting arenas with very little forced linear scripting taking control away from you. If we compare Modern Warfare 2 2009 with Modern Warfare 2 2022, in 2009 you get training, shooting, stealth with a bit of shooting, but not really, and like a little bit of like a chase sequence at the end, wine tasting, shooting, 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 some stealth with following NPCs, but still some shooting at the end, linear shooting while following NPCs, atmospheric and thematic shooting, stealth and then a big shootout at the end, story-focused mission with some shooting here and there, linear shooting with some good-ass music, breaching, shooting, and defending, one of the best missions in the franchise, linear stealth bit with some shooting at the end, and then the finale. In 2022, you get opening story sequence with a set piece, shooting mission where you're either cleaning houses very slowly, following NPCs, or defending a specific position. Stealth arena that lasts 5 minutes with a small corridor shootout at the end. Story mission where you literally shoot 2 guys and that's it. Story mission where you follow an NPC and then have a shootout with an enemy group. Navigating down linear corridors, shooting people, and then you get a little bit of like a defense bit. AC-130 mission. Hard stealth mission following an NPC that takes like half an hour. Awful driving mission. Pretty cool house infiltration mission with a breach at the end. Oil rig from original Modern Warfare 2 that takes like 3 minutes to complete. Then the ship from COD 4, which takes like 5 minutes to complete. Amazing story mission with innovative gameplay but lacks replayability. Stealth story mission where you're following or directing NPCs, and then some shooting at the end, but you're fighting in unfun arenas against armored enemies. Kick-ass shooting mission, which is sadly on rails. Follow an NPC for a little bit, get blinded by the game glitching out. Get some big arenas with air support, but you move super slow and everyone has armor. Then get a boss fight at the end with more armored dudes. Then for the last mission, you get more linear shooting in tight corridors. But to make it all up to you, they give you a really awesome survival arena at the very end. As you can see, the latter isn't that much fun if you're gonna go through it again and again just for like turn your brain off and shoot stuff experience like you can with the original Modern Warfare 2. Because I mean, it's an FPS game. I'm here to shoot people. The game just lacks any of those like big battle missions like I mentioned earlier. There's no Wolverines or like contingency or of their own accord or loose ends. Like this game doesn't have any of those types of missions where it's just a big battle. You're just shooting people the whole time. Again, I gotta blame the armor. I feel like the armor is a big reason why the new campaign isn't as good as the old one. When I play Call of Duty, I'd rather fight 50 weaker dudes as opposed to 15 strong dudes. Because the 50 weaker dudes, they're weak in terms of their health, but they still do the same amount of damage as the strong dudes. But by there being 50 of them, they're all running around, they got animations, they're doing all sorts of stuff, they're shooting at you. It makes it feel like a big battle. Whereas in the new game, you got 15 dudes that act the same way as the weak dudes, but they just take like an entire magazine to kill. That's not fun. So I'm trying to figure out why they're choosing 15 guys with a lot of health as opposed to 50 guys with little health. Part of me wants to say it's the engine that's holding them back, because like, with the exception of Infinite Warfare and maybe Black Ops Cold War, they haven't had missions like this in a while. But it can't be the engine, because look at Warzone, look at DMZ. You fight hordes of AI all the time in DMZ, and you can have some fun with that, but there's not much substance to it. Or like the Shadow Siege event, like this was great. Like this felt like an old school Call of Duty mission. In fact, alright, we'll talk about Modern Warfare 3's campaign real quick and what they have planned for that before we get on with the rest of this. To briefly touch on Shadow Siege, I guess Shepard's doing fine. Like, they haven't arrested him. I mean, maybe he's not in the Pentagon. He might be like some underground base somewhere. I don't know. But, I mean, Laswell hasn't, like, indicted him or anything like that. That's cool. Bang up job there, lads. Graves is back, baby. And this dork on the left is hanging out with us. We'll talk about him when we get to multiplayer. So I'm not sure if this is just like a fan service thing for like people who like Shadow Company. It's like, oh, you get to play as them for like an event. Or if we will actually be working alongside them in the next game to take out Makarov, in which case a lot of Modern Warfare 2 story is kind of irrelevant now.
Now, are we good to get some? Say we good to get some. All right, let's get locked below.
Yeah, that's the stuff. So when compared to the weird like numbers hunting thing for Cold War and the bomber raid for Vanguard, this is easily the best of the 3 Warzone events that they've done to promote the new Call of Duty game. Just activate and defend the missile silos, and then use said missile silos to do this. and then extract a bunch of gas containers while fending off like a bunch more guys. So Shepard also knows who Makarov is, in addition to the 141 guys? What, are we gonna get another, like, flashback bit like we did in the original Modern Warfare 3, where it's like, oh, he was Zakhaev's, like, right-hand man or something? We'll touch on this later.
Canisters in the drums. All gas secure. Да. Так точно, командир. Химикаты под контролем. Начали.
Hey, who are you talking to?
Все чисто. Командир Макаров. Враги ликвидированы.
See? Not too bad. So based on this behind-the-scenes photo, which I guess they're allowed to take, Kamarov is coming back, as is Barkov, which I feel like confirms a Makarov origin story in this game, and here's what's probably going to happen. Makarov's going to be good chums with Barkov, or he's going to be like his like second-in-command or something, and when Farah killed him at the end of Modern Warfare 19, he's gonna be like, I'm really mad. Now the Russians are really gonna invade Urzikstan. It's gonna be really bad this time. Which is what Hadir means at the end of the raids when he's like, the real Russians are coming. And so that also gives them an excuse to just reuse a bunch of Urzikstan and Verdansk assets from Modern Warfare 19. Which means that we're likely going to be farting around Verdansk for a large part of Modern Warfare 3's campaign, which... yippee. I can't help but feel reminded by the Star Wars sequel trilogy or the 343 Halo trilogy with the ever-increasing trend of, yeah, we didn't plan for shit, so everything's messed up now and we have to overcorrect like super hard to try and fix it. Not to mention, we're literally just repeating what happened with the original Modern Warfare trilogy. We got this story set up with the first two games, but then we mess up, something goes wrong with development in the third game, so we have to bring Sledgehammer in to bail us out, but it's like a rush job, and so it's not as good. But anyways, their big selling point, quote-unquote, are these open combat missions for the campaign, which, I don't know, man. I mean, it could be cool, or it could suck huge ass, which... going back to Halo Infinite deciding to be more open with its mission design was the worst thing it could have possibly done. And given the fact that Modern Warfare 3 was not intended to be a premium release, it was not intended to be one, Activision, don't lie to me, it feels like they've very quickly trying to cobble a campaign together in a short amount of time. So what's the best way to do that? Oh, the player freedom with these big maps that from Verdansk. You like Verdansk, right? You played Warzone 1. You love Verdansk. It's so nostalgic. No. These missions can either be really cool open-ended levels like Call of Duty 2, or really bland like open world missions like they gave us with Spec Ops this year or with Outbreak Zombies in Cold War. Again, given how quickly this game is getting released, and given Sledgehammer's track record, I think I know which one we're getting. So they added Warzone armor to campaign in Modern Warfare 2. It looks like in Modern Warfare 3, Warzone is the campaign. You jump out of a plane by yourself, you parachute down, you land wherever you want. You pick up self-revive kits? Oh, and there's the armor, and you've got a mini-map. The guns have rarities on them, which, oh boy... you better make sure you have an orange gun and not a blue gun, or else you're not going to do enough damage to that armor guy, buddy. Oh, and look at that, throwing explosive barrels. Where have I seen that before? Could it be Halo Infinite, that open world game that wasn't very good? And you can call in kill streaks? Like, what? If this was co-op, then it might be okay, but I don't think it is. And here's the house infiltration mission from Modern Warfare 2, the game we just played, but like... not as good because you just get suppressed weapons right off the bat. But, like, the reason why that mission was so fun to begin with was the fact that you're unarmed and you're undercover, so you have to scrounge together what weapons you can find while staying undetected. And on the minimap, you got, like, ammo crates, there's, like, a secret weapons cache or something. And in the trailer, it's like, oh my god, is Price gonna die? It's like, no, they did that in this game. They're not gonna fucking kill Price. They say that half the game is going to be these open combat missions and the other half is going to be like normal standard linear missions, so we'll see, but I don't have high hopes. Overall, this trilogy's been like way more tame than the original trilogy, which is disappointing. Right, now that I'm done talking about the campaign, we can finally talk about—
Oh my goodness!
Guys, what happened? So people say that they hired like a Hulu UI designer for this shit? I mean, I can't disprove them. This looks terrible. The UI was fine for literally every game before this except for Black Ops 4 and Vanguard. Curious. So what went wrong here? So talking about co-op briefly, it's well, it's fucking better than Modern Warfare 19's, that's for sure, but that's not saying much. Ironically, while the campaign missions were too short and linear, these missions are too long and lack structure. And that's because, much like Modern Warfare 1, instead of making them like actual missions, they just plop around a bunch of shit on the Warzone map and call it a day. But by far the worst part is that they actually made survival mode good again, but then limited it to just playing quote-unquote Defender on one map for like 6 rounds and that's it. But playing in third person is pretty cool. I am not jumping down there. That's the strat. I remember from fucking—
HQ vehicles are marked on your tac map.
Shut up, Laswell. I remember— while we're on the topic of mission length, raids, which are actually like pretty sick. I got really worried when they first revealed the idea because I fucking hate Destiny and its stupid arbitrary like puzzle coordination damage unlock mechanics. But these, funnily enough, feel more like actual big battle missions from the old Call of Duty games than Modern Warfare 2's actual campaign does. You're fighting off a bunch of guys as you traverse this missile silo like it's COD 4 all over again, and you're having to coordinate with your squad mates in a way that isn't just shoot all these orbs in the correct order so we can unlock the ability to damage the boss for 5 seconds up. We didn't damage him enough. Okay, wipe. I just wish the general story surrounding the raids was better and that they didn't cancel the 5th raid for some reason. It's Warzone. What do you think I'm gonna say? Strap on your armor, get your 60-round magazines, and do this to people. Now that said, whoever at Infinity Ward was able to bypass sensitivity training and put fucking proximity chat in the game, God bless you.
Anyone in this building, it's PS inspection day, come on out.
Hold on, I'm gonna send a bomb drone.
Bomb drone out!
Bomb drone at top.
Your Amazon package is here.
Movement!
Please come sign for your package, please.
Gas is inbound.
Come sign for your package, please. It's here it comes. Come sign for your package.
Yeah, German Fox, are you the one?
Yeah, you're gonna slip and fall.
Am I what?
Are you the one on the hill?
You're gonna slip and fall
I
off that
could
roof,
be.
pal. Get off the roof.
What's it to you?
If you are, stop shooting at us because you're about to die. We have a whole squad over here.
No, what are you talking about? What's to say we don't have a full squad?
I am. I mean, you got a pussy in the building over there. That's not even shooting at us. So
okay.
Just quiet.
Bro, just shut the fuck up, bro. Let me shit. Hit him with an RPG.
Not any rockets.
Come on, get off the roof, pal. Fight me like a man. Don't want the smoke. I got all the ammo in the world.
Gas is closing.
Oh shit.
Hey, what happened? What happened, buddy? What happened, buddy?
Your ass out the game. That's what happened.
What the fuck you talking about? You got killed, retard.
Fox, reload that shit.
Ah, it's like the good old days. Until they take that away too. Warzone's not really my thing, but I mean, I'm having more fun with Warzone 2 than I did Warzone 1, I guess. Resurgence could be worse, though. As for DMZ, I actually really liked DMZ initially, but I refuse to play it now just because of what they've done to it. I don't know if it's like ruined, but I'm not in any rush to find out, honestly. Dude, I've got 500 hours in this game already. Roll the footage.
Do everything they can to stop these terrorist killers. Now watch this drive.
Plane, at least on a first.
I have an MP7.
Yes! I think it speaks for itself. First things first, I love this UI. The menu UI sucks ass, but the in-game UI is really good. Also, the headshot sound effect. Also, get rid of this perk package shit. This, like, the way they did the perks in this game is so dumb. Like, Call of Duty World War II, for as bad as that game is, at least they, like, made an actual, like, big gameplay change throughout, like, the middle of its life cycle to actually fix this exact problem of the perk system being bad. But I'll go into more detail on that when we get to the Is Call of Duty Becoming Madden section. Got a good assortment of weapons here this time around, albeit with these shitty fake names. I don't know why they're doing this. Got HK-33, got a G3 when it actually decides to shoot real bullets and not marshmallows. What? Okay. Got a HK-21. We actually get an AK-74U this time, as opposed to the, like, bastardized Frankenstein version we got in Modern Warfare 19. Got the RM-277, which is pretty cool to see. I'm glad that's being added to more games after the Army rejected it. And the GM6 Lynx? But sadly, there's no, like, outlandish guns this time around. Like, the Ash-12 isn't in the game. There's no Kar-98K or, like, MG-34 or anything like that. And why did you guys get rid of the cool competition speed load from the shotguns like they had in Modern Warfare 19? There's a crazy amount of scopes and, like, other attachments. Like, we get, like, an aim point. We get some, like, a hollow sun. Hopefully in Modern Warfare 3 they give us, like, a Romeo and a Vortex. The way you actually unlock these attachments is pretty interesting. Like, instead of it being the old games where it's like, okay, you get the red dot sight for the M4, now you have to get the red dot sight for the AK. It's use the M4 to get the red dot sight, then you have that for every gun, and then if you want the special grip, then go use the MP5. It, like, forces you to, like, use all the different guns in the game, which, I mean, as a gun game enthusiast, I like it. Same with the camos. I like the way that they handled unlocking camos in this game. Every gun has, like, 4 camos that you unlock, and it's all, again, they're all universal. You unlock one camo, you unlock it for every gun, and, like, there's, like, 200 of them. It's crazy. And I actually went for Orion camo. Like, this is the first time I've ever done a mastery camo grind in Call of Duty. They've got this tuning feature now where you can, like, really min-max your attachments and stuff, which, hey, wait a minute. Then in terms of, like, caliber conversions, they went with this receiver thing, so it's like, oh, you can have an AK-103 or an AK-105, and then you have an M4 firing 5.56 or an AR-15 firing 4.58. It's better than they had it in Modern Warfare 19, where it was just, like, you changing the magazine, which that's not how guns work. Speaking of min-maxing and like meta and stuff, I feel like Call of Duty players are turning into Melee fans with the way that it's like the game must play exactly this way and must have all these movement exploits so I can play it exactly the way I want. It is. It's like Melee. It's like I gotta wave dash with Fox and just spam shield constantly. This is how the game is designed to be played. It is. If I can't play this way, then I'm not having fun. Yes, I'm talking about slide canceling. And again, you got people bitching about the multiplayer being like, Infinity Ward doesn't listen, the minimap doesn't have red dots on it, and the skill-based matchmaking, it ruins multiplayer because I can't have like a 3.0 KD anymore.
There you go, player of the game, no name person, probably me. 31 to 16 sniping, I had some good shots, I played well, but even though I had a wonky team that wasn't even really playing the game for like the first half of the match, I don't really mind it because that's just how gaming can be sometimes when there's no skill-based matchmaking, which is why it's actually good. Like, there's just so much more match variety. Having no skill-based matchmaking in the casual public matches encourages you to actually get better because you're not punished for getting better. And when there's no skill-based matchmaking in pubs, it's like if you're actually doing good, it's just because you are good. Whereas if you're playing Modern Warfare 2 and you have a good game or you do well in a match, people just assume that you're reverse boosting or that you use a VPN to get bot lobbies. It's so dumb. You can't possibly just be a good player on Modern Warfare 2, no.
Yeah, no, that would never happen. If anything, my problem with Modern Warfare 2's gameplay is the fact that the maps are too big for 6v6, so you kind of like have to be playing 10v10 in order to have a good time. Speaking of having a good time, I immediately stop having a good time when I get killed by someone using the cluster mine. I don't know why you brought the IMS back from Modern Warfare 3, get rid of it, it's an awful kill streak, don't put it in the next game. And then Ground War came back, it's still not good just because kill streaks are like ruin it, and like again the maps are like super narrow. Like it just doesn't work very well still. They added this invasion mode which has like a bunch of like AI bots in it, like we're playing Titanfall 1, and I mean I kind of like it, but the maps are bad, and again the kill streaks, you're the only Ground War maps. I mean it feels kind of like a big battle mission from like a campaign back in the day, but it needs some work. Keep working on it, it might be good. But getting back to the weapons for a quick second, I feel like with these caliber conversions and the receivers, they're just using it to artificially inflate the weapon count without any actual effort. Like, instead of making an actually new gun, you just make the Desert Eagle fully automatic when it should have just been a trigger attachment instead of an actually new gun, quote-unquote. Or by blue-balling us and giving us an MP5 SD, but then making it 3-round burst only for some fucking reason? Oh, but let's not forget the whopping 1 weapon vault that we ever got throughout this whole game's lifespan, along with these 4 shitty operator skins. Speaking of which, I guess we'll talk about operators now, and
we had a lot to talk about.
As opposed to Modern Warfare 19 having Coalition versus Allegiance, now we have Spec Gru versus Cortac, which I think are just like mercenary factions with arbitrary decisions of which nation belongs to which faction. Like, Spec Gru is clearly the good guy team because it has 141 in the gang, as well as a bunch of NATO and Western nations, and China. Meanwhile, Cortac is just kind of all over the place, being the quote-unquote bad guy faction with Valeria and Graves and Nikto, but like South Korea and Japan are also here, and Italy. I don't know, it's weird. Now that said, I'm going to be completely honest by saying that Vanguard legitimately scared me for the future of Call of Duty after they unironically listened to the extra credits Stop Normalizing Nazis video. Like, half the roster's gay. They got these stupid bios explaining how, oh, well, they fought for the Axis powers, but they did so reluctantly, and then they defected to fight for the Allies when they realized that the Axis were being really mean and bad to people. Everyone's shooting clones of each other, the whole my team versus enemy team thing, it's a mess. Then during the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer reveal event, I, like, for real was checking into all of the different, like, Twitch streamers and, like, asking in chat, like, can you check the operator menu real quick? Like, they have factions in this game, right? Please? Anyway, starting off with Spec Gru, we get Milsim back on day 1, very nice. Can't wait to look at all the skins we get to choose from. I mean, granted, it's nice that we get multiple default options, rather it being tied to like a weapon class. So if I want to be the night vision guy, then I can just pick the night vision guy. Fitting that they give this dickhead all the really like stupid skins because he's super annoying and I hate his dumb mustache. This chick is just Farah, but like slightly better. I don't know, she looks like that one like dumb looking kid from Stranger Things. This chick's kind of hit or miss, like her default skin is awful, but these two are alright. Got the big man Price, who, dude, I gotta say, he looks like Mario. You gotta do the raid to actually get a good skin for him, or else you're stuck with this nonsense trash. Which reminds me of how Modern Warfare 19 had that like challenge system that like didn't come back because it lets you unlock cool stuff for free. Like I remember you could get like a cool AK skin, or what about the fact that you kind of got like 3 skins in one? Like, granted they were all like color swaps, but I mean that's still more variety than they give us now. Anyway, so after price, keep the mask on, ghost it up! He's got some good skins that they just took from the campaign, but then we've got all this other garbage. What a good lad. Thank God they gave him and Ghost their Night War skins because the Red Team skins are so piss poor. This guy's cool, I guess, but, oh, I wasn't tired, but thank you. I just feel like Modern Warfare 19 had a much more memorable cast of operators than this game's. Oh shit, Reyes. Like, Reyes from Infinite Warfare. Okay, nice, so they'll have Brian Bloom voicing him. What? But Brian Bloom's already in the game. He wrote the game. He plays Vance from Fish Tank. He's Overlord in DMZ mode. Why isn't he voicing this guy? Also, before you say anything, I didn't buy the rat skin. I got it for free with Amazon Prime. I would never spend money on this.
Enough chirping out of you.
You can't tell me what to do, asshole. This is my video. I don't know who this chick is. Why do you have that face paint on your eyes? You look stupid. Why do you have a katana on your back? And this is just Alex's skin from Modern Warfare 19, but I ain't showing out any shekels for this.
Yeah, man, CDL, look at my CDL skin. I wear this because I'm a pro player. I'm so good at this game. Look at my CDL skin, yeah.
Yet again, Garrick has been sidelined to being post-release content in the game where you play as him. Yeah, this guy's back. Yay. Nice Metal Gear Solid 3 cosplay, bro. Also, they give us, like, a vital story character from the campaign in Season 3? We have to wait till Season 3 to play as this guy? Alex is back again, and I got this cool-looking Advanced Warfare exosuit for him, which, I mean, I would wear, but he's got these weird, like, honeycomb knee pad things. I would use this skin, but I'm not paying $24 for one outfit. Who the fuck? He's just using the milsim animations. He doesn't have any voice lines. Why is this guy not like a CDL variant? They also had Messi and like some other soccer players in the game. Messi would have been cool if he hadn't literally like phoned in his voice lines while he was on the plane going to the World Cup. But they're limited time, like you can't get them anymore. So Messi is limited time, but Starlight isn't? You're telling me I'm stuck with this forever?
Yeah, weed, dude. I love weed. Gotta have my weed. A weed, dude. Weed.
Yeah, Black Cell, yeah! God, Cortac, I guess. You get 5 milsim skins, great. Along with the links, we got some more Hungary rep with this guy and his weird helmet. Most of those skins are like complete ass except for this one. This one's alright, but this one is fitting that I came out in Season 2 because Season 2 sucked. This guy's just Cooler Kruger from Modern Warfare 19. Yeah, I said it, he's cooler. His voice sounds like a silly clown man, but I mean, at least he looks sick. I hate this lady. I don't care about your stupid Annihilation alien, like, bodysuit. It looks awful.
Speak bloody English, for Christ's sake!
Everyone's already made the EDP 445 joke, so there's nothing more to say. And so here's the poster child of Cortac, because it's the only guy anyone ever plays, and he gets all the skins, both good and bad. Again, very curious that China is on the good guy team, while Japan and South Korea are stuck fighting alongside drug dealers. Oh, Rose! Oh, she's back, and she doesn't have her dumb mask. Well, we didn't get Brian Bloom for Reyes, but that's okay, because like they're technically different characters, but Rose is the same girl from Modern Warfare 19, so that means I get to hear Salter's voice again.
Rose, fire when ready.
No! That's not her! Why didn't you bring the voice actress back?
Yeah, remember me?
Ah, the Irish Candyman!
You fucking gobshite. Oh, you know it, lad.
This guy's weird because, like, his default skin is good, and he's built like a brick house.
I certainly like these huts.
But his voice sucks, and he gets all these, like, retarded skins. Can I say retarded? Well, I don't know what else you'd call him, because he just looks stupid. And all his voice lines revolve around, it's like, the Allfather, Odin's Raven, Ragnarok. Like, this isn't Vinland Saga. Like, this isn't how Norwegian people talk. They're not Vikings still.
Oh my god!
I leave a mark.
Sound like an Italian symphony!
She actually has a good skins, God forbid! Who the fuck is this guy? Santa Claus wearing Tropentarn is actually pretty sick. I just wish that he had a skin that wasn't, like, holiday themed.
Violence follows.
We've been over this. We'll talk about this chick later. I think it's really funny, though, how they just reused Stiletto's voice lines from the Japanese dub of the game for her. Who the fuck is this lady? She's just reusing Rose's animations? And we'll talk about these upstanding gentlemen in a minute. This guy sucks. Like, he looks stupid, but, I mean...
Should have never looked behind the curtain.
I mean, I guess his voice lines are alright, but his skin, like, what am I playing Mad Max? What is this? And according to his bio, I guess Graves made him in charge of Shadow Company, even though I feel like Graves would call this guy like a huge dork, because he looks like a tool. Yeah, boy, he's back. Who the fuck is this lady? She doesn't have any voice lines, and like... Huh? Alright. People weren't thrilled about him coming back, but I certainly am.
Heard you died in a tank in South America. What else you heard?
So Graves is back through the campaign playthrough. When you end up fighting him in the boss battle or whatever it is, you basically kill him while he's inside of the tank, or you blow up the tank, which you assume he is inside of. He absolutely was inside of it, but you know, cop-out death type. No rhyme or reason as to how the guy could have survived literally being in a tank that exploded. The dude would have been cooked. Guy would have been more cooked than the current seasons of the game. He's dead as fuck. But anyway, they had to bring him back. They needed some kind of content. Makes sense, sure, whatever. Not like we really, you know, hold Call of Duty to a very high standard when it comes to storytelling or anything, or writing.
What else you heard?
No, you died. That's it. There's nothing else.
I believe we've been over this already. It's very obvious he wasn't actually in the tank.
Dragovich, did you confirm the kill?
I mean, this guy should just be really dead.
You died in a tank in South America.
Yeah.
I wasn't in that tank.
I mean, that's a whole ass lie.
Come on now, Jason. All that shipment spam is rotting your brain.
Kiwi Gropers and Tetsu Zento? The German fuck?
But I'm pissed because they ruined his Dark Water skin with these awful MGS5 NVGs for no reason. And I'm going to be livid if you try and sell me the quote-unquote fixed version as a bundle or something. Oh, by the way, PlayStation players, you know that Oni guy that you guys get like exclusively for like a year? Here's what it looks like to everybody else. Yeah, good job, Sony. I really want to buy a PlayStation now, so I look like a default skin to everybody else I'm playing with. So if you couldn't already tell by now, Modern Warfare 2 has a much worse cosmetic problem than Modern Warfare 19 had. I know it's been 10 years now. Starting with Call of Duty Ghosts and arguably Black Ops 2, they've been straying ever further away from the realistic military theme. You had clown skins in Advanced Warfare, you had fezzes in World War II, whatever the hell Vanguard was. Modern Warfare 19 was at least somewhat conservative with the goofy stuff it added. Like, yeah, they had Jigsaw and they had like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy and the Italian cowboy dude. But I mean, like, other than that, it was pretty tame. But the fact that this shit is permanent is so sad. And the fact that it's going to carry over and be a problem day one when Modern Warfare 3 drops. Out of all the things you collaborate with the boys, and you don't even add like Billy Butcher, who's like actually ex-SAS, you add Homelander and Starlight, two people that have zero reason to use guns or even take damage from being shot by one. Like, if you want to collab with the boys and have an event thing in Warzone where like you fight against Homelander or like you play as him, like how Fortnite had the thing with Thanos, sure, and it's like a limited time thing, yeah, sure, go for it, that's fine. But having the skins be permanently in the game forever is awful. Oh yeah, and just add Nicki Minaj, have her be in every single lobby I play now forever. Yeah, good. No, it's good, it's fine.
Holy shit.
Oh, I am well aware. And I've had it with the nothing brains on Reddit being like, Call of Duty was never a milk sim, it's not realistic. Go play Armor Squad or something if you want that. Shut up! What is the point of having a game be military themed at all if you're just gonna ruin the game's aesthetic within a few months of it releasing? And people online are like, Call of Duty's never been realistic. COD 4 had gold camo all the way back in 2007, and the original Modern Warfare 2 had weed emblems, so nothing's really changed, has it? Shut up! You're telling me that this 3 little, like, banners on your profile is the exact same as this? Both games are equally as silly. They're both as unrealistic as each other. There's no difference between these two games in terms of authenticity to its aesthetic. I see this for half a second when I kill someone, and then I go on with my day. I usually don't even look at it. It doesn't even, like, register in my mind that I see it. This is what I'm shooting at. I'm looking at this directly. I have to see it. Like, I have to, like, keep it in my mind. Like, I'm actively searching for it because, like, it's my target. I have to do it. It's unavoidable. Remember in the original Modern Warfare 2, whenever you got revenge on someone, like, money flew out of them? Because, like, a payback, get it? They actually brought it back for this game, which is nice. Now, obviously, that's not realistic. Money doesn't fly out of people when you shoot them, or else real life would be a GTA lobby constantly. But it's a joke. It's like a one-off thing. It's like a little bit of flair to when it's like, haha, I got you back. Here's all my money. But that's been completely overshadowed now in the recent games because of all these tracer packs and death effects. Now it doesn't matter how you kill somebody, they just explode into like sparkles or money or blood or whatever the hell. Makes me wonder why they even bothered bringing the old effect back in the first place. What a missed opportunity! You could have monetized it and put it in one of these throwback bundles with the sound effects and the music. Gold camo and like Orion or like Dark Matter, that's fine, because it's a symbol of achievement. And like gold guns exist in real life. Saddam Hussein can attest to that. But I haven't seen too many of these in my time, I don't think. And you ruined my fucking AK blueprint. You ruined it. It was in Modern Warfare 19. Here it is. It was called the Resonant. It shot like lightning rounds. It was basically the Volk from Infinite Warfare. It was cool. I liked it. I actually spent money on it because it looked cool. But this time around,
we gotta make it weed themed because marijuana and people like weed.
Isn't this what events are for? Like limited time events or like silly modes like zombies? Isn't that what this is supposed to be relegated to? Like the purposefully goofy shit that's like that doesn't affect the main game. That's what this is for. I thought this is what Call of Duty Mobile was for. I was excited when Call of Duty Mobile came out because it was like, oh, thank God. They put all the goofy shit in the mobile version, and like that's where they get all the wacky money. Because it's a nothing game that has no set aesthetic, so you can just put whatever the hell you want in it. And then the mainline games are actually where stuff is supposed to be coherent. Okay, you want to have crossovers? Fine. Here's some ideas for skins that would actually fit within the context of the game, more or less. Major Kusanagi and Bato from Ghost in the Shell, but in Call of Duty. That'd be sick! They actually did put Motoko in Call of Duty Mobile for like an event, but it'd be much cooler to have her be properly depicted in like a real game so I can stop coping over that one Ghost in the Shell FPS that got killed all those years back. Or why not have Jormungand or Black Lagoon? You have these anime skins, you collaborated with Attack on Titan during Call of Duty Vanguard, and it looked like ass because you didn't do it right. Put Velmet or like Revi in the game for the Coomers to have something to buy. It fit the game better than fucking Izzy. Or like collaborate with like Girls Frontline where the guns are anime girls. Oh, I want an M4 SOT mod operator skin, and it comes with a skin for the M4 that's themed around her. Is this not like the easiest sale for weebs ever? You'd be printing money, and it'd be a better fit than a Homelander. Or put Botan in the game. She's a Call of Duty partner. She gets invited to play the game early. People would buy a Botan skin. I'm sure she'd be willing to voice act for it.
Yay.
Metal Gear Solid's making a comeback? Put Snake, Raiden, or Assad in the game. That'd be rad. And since you're already crossing over with Doom, then why not cross over with Halo while you're at it? You could have like a Marine operator and have Chips Duo voice him.
Sensational!
Or what about the Terminal List or Extraction? Like, Graves is played by Warren Cole, who's in the Terminal List, and it'd be crazy cool to get Chris Pratt or Chris Hemsworth in a Call of Duty game. Although Chris Pratt may be a bit too bigoted for Call of Duty if Activision's response to Nick Merckx is anything to go off of. Creepy bastards. Get sued more for your immoral sex stuff. Maybe then the company finally turned itself around. You can still collaborate with other franchises and make boatloads of money while also staying true to the intended aesthetic of like realistic military visuals. You almost had it with Lara Croft, but she should have had her Survivor Trilogy look instead of this. And she also has these like dumb quips, which I mean, I guess that's all Call of Duty can do these days. Also, stop charging me 2,400 COD points. I'm not going to buy any of this for 2,400 COD points. It should be like half that. Here, let me do it for you. You remember that Black Ops 1 trailer that like, there's a soldier in all of us tagline? Like, I was a big fan of that trailer. The trailer was great. You can have real people be in you can have Snoop Dogg be in the game. You can have Nicki Minaj be in the game. That's fine. But only if they look like a fucking soldier. Here, look, I photo bashed this in like 10 minutes. Like, this looks fine. Like, you can still tell it's them. Snoop Dogg's got a little weed camo. It's like, it's unique enough, but it's not ridiculous. It's not disappointing to look at. On the topic of disappointment, the seasons. Now, if you watched my last video over Modern Warfare 19, you'll know that the game was basically being cannibalized by Warzone and had like very little post-launch content as a result. But my god, this time it's so much worse that it makes Modern Warfare 19's post-launch support seem like Modern Warfare 3's content packs by comparison. So, Season 1 of Modern Warfare 19, what do we get? We get Mara, who... yeah. And Nikto, who I guess was good enough to bring back to this game. We got Crash, Vacant, and Shipment from COD 4, a ground war map, and some gunfight maps, the TAR-21, G36, and a crossbow. In Season 2, we get Edgelord Ghost showing up, along with Mace, who cares, and Talon, who got like a good skin in like the Battle Pass after that. We got Rust from Modern Warfare 2, we got Superstore and Hideout, as well as the Grau, an SMG, and then a shotgun. For Season 3, Alex comes back, who is actually super dead. Like, this isn't a Graves situation where it's like, oh, he might have been there, he might not. It's like, no. He blew himself up, he's dead. Like, there's no question about it. We got Ronin, who cares? Iskra, who cares? Backlot from COD 4, Sawmill.
Sawmill! Shout it at the mountaintops, baby. Sawmill!
A slightly better version of Anya Palace and Hard Hat from Modern Warfare 3. They added the M9, which was great, the SKS and the M249. And then we also got Warzone. Great. In Season 4, we got Price, Garrick, and Rose. As for the maps, we only got Scrapyard from Modern Warfare 2 and Cheshire Park for this one, so you can already see how Warzone just started like siphoning content away from multiplayer. Then we get the Vector, the Barrett 50 cal, and the Galil. For Season 5, we got that one harbor map with all the crates all over the place, and then that one oil rig map, which I found to be pretty good. We got Lurch, who cares, my boy Velikan, and this Italian guy. Who is this guy? Then we got the A94 with the weird reload, the ISO, the katanas, and then the Finn LMG. For Season 6, you ended it off with Farah, Nikolai, and Griggs. You get the Tank Factory, and then COD 4's Broadcast. Again, only 2 maps, one of them's a remake. Then the AS Val, the SPR, and the AA-12 for guns. But do you notice how all of these are kind of building on top of each other? Like, they were telling like a story in Warzone, which I didn't really care about, but at least these are all like related. It's like, oh, Alex shows up, here's Ghost, here's Price, here's Garrick, now Shadow Company shows up. Meanwhile, from Modern Warfare 2, Season 1, great. We get Shoot House and Shipment. Those are the only 2 maps, great. Basically only for grinding weapons, and so Jev is happy with these brain rot maps. For the guns, you get the MPX, the Sniper Rifle, the MCX, and the Honey Badger for guns that were already in the game in the single player. And for the operators, we get this Zeus bozo with no connection to anything plot related. Like the opening cutscene is just him standing over the Warzone map. That's it. He doesn't do anything. And then we get a bunch of football players, Santa Claus, and Garrick. Fantastic. Wonderful. Oh, but thank God we got Warzone 2. Who knows what we'd do without that? Literally no story of any kind happens in this season. It doesn't even get like a different color or like a soundtrack or a theme. It shouldn't even be considered a season. It's a joke. This is Season 0. This isn't Season 1. Season 2, ninjas in Japan for some reason. We're on some random island like off the coast of Japan. Ronin is back. Ooh, yeah. Oh, and Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yes. You get Dome from Modern Warfare 3, so a remake. Then you get the Expo map and then the Museum map, which was withheld from launch for whatever reason. So you get 1 new map. You have to wait till February to get 1 new map. The ISO Hemlock is pretty good. The Saiga 12 ruined Shipment even more than it already was, and the SR-25 is alright. Crossbows back, katanas again. As for the story, Shadow Company's invaded some random Japanese island to flush out the Koni group, which is also there for some reason. Like, why did they make this ninja themed? It sucks, and I hate this stupid blue ninja skin for Chewie. Season 3 is an actually fucking decent season with Valerian Alejandro. It's actually connected to the greater story from the campaign, God forbid. We get the intervention back, which everyone's going to use on High Rise in Modern Warfare 3. Beretta's RM277, which kicks ass. The Tech 9, which is ridiculous when you dual wield it with the 72 round drums, and then the Thunderbird Deagle, which, as I've previously stated, it's a waste of weapon slot. It should have just been an attachment. As for the maps, we get Black Gold, which would be decent if it didn't have these movement detection lights that turn on every time you show up, and then they give you away your position. The Lighthouse map is okay, but like you have to play it on 10v10. If you play it on 6v6, you're never going to find anybody. It's worthless. And Hatchery's fine. Wow, 3 original maps, I can't believe it! And Gunfight is finally back, about time. Don't take it away in Modern Warfare 3, it should be there on launch. Oh, and Black Cell, how could I forget? Well, we'll get to that, don't worry. Season 4 is somehow worse than Season 2 and Season 1, despite having more content. We got Nikto, who cares, and we already know who else got added. The VHS-2, which they bastardized to hell and back. The ISO 45, and the shotgun that makes the Saiga 12 seem tame. Then we get Showdown from COD 4, Vondel District, and Waterfront, which, I mean, they're alright, but notice that we're getting a lot of Call of Duty 4 map remix despite playing Modern Warfare 2. What is going on? Season 5 is similar to Season 3 in the sense that it's like halfway decent, because it's actually related to the campaign story in some way. Graves and Shadow Company are back. I can't believe Nicki Minaj is in a fucking Call of Duty game, dude.
Part of Modern Warfare 2 is part of that carry forward.
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj is coming with you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Yes. That was what I needed to know about, you know.
You got the FAMAS, which you might as well just use an SMG, because the recoil makes it so you can't hit shit beyond like super close range. You got the WA 2000 and an MCX firing 300 Blackout. Can't the MCX just like change barrels and then it's good to go? Isn't that how it works in real life? This doesn't need to be a new gun, just make it an attachment. Here we have the MP5, the 3-round burst only MP5 SD, and this 9mm like 2011. Then we got Strike from COD 4, this like Modern Warfare 2 Favela knockoff, and then Labs from Tarkov. And then we get Season 6. Not content to just sell bundles of goofy shit that shouldn't be in the game, just make the entire battle pass full of dumb shit that shouldn't be in the fucking game. For weapons, we get this Ukrainian bullpup AK, and then the ISO SMG again from Season 4, but this time it's firing 9mm. See what I mean? It's filler content. That's not a new gun. It'd be like if you took the snake shot rounds from the Magnum and then said that that's a new weapon. For the maps, we get 2 maps, and one of them's a remake. The first map's the house that you blow up in the AC-130 mission, and the other one's a remake of 2 Jane from Call of Duty 2. It's about time Call of Duty 2 gets some recognition almost 20 years later. And the rest of this shit, they took already existing maps and then made them like Halloween themed. It's like, oh, it's so scary. I'll tell you what's scary. It's the way you treat your fucking franchise.
It's already too late. Run.
After 6 seasons worth of content, you get 9 new maps and the rest are remakes. And notice that said remakes, none of which are from Modern Warfare 2, in a game called Modern Warfare 2. Which is because, as pretty much everyone knows by now, Modern Warfare 3 was supposed to be a Year 2 DLC for Modern Warfare 2. And I don't know what's worse, man. Paying full price for a quote-unquote new game slapped together with a campaign and this tacked-on zombies bullshit, or paying $40 for just a bunch of Modern Warfare 2 maps that should have been part of the seasonal offerings. God, they're gonna get away with it too. Like, they hold all these maps back so they can make an extra buck off of them, and like the maps look good. Like Skid Row looks really good. I cannot wait to be playing Modern Warfare 3 Day 1 and see Spawn and all of his goons running around. Oh, yeah, I'm playing Terminal. Oh, I remember this map. I'm having so much fun. Oh, hi, there's a Flame Atronach from Skyrim over there. And I cannot believe it. They finally add the cool Shadow Company skin with the night vision goggles, but you have to grind all the way to level 1250 to get them. They've been teasing this guy in the promotional material since before the game came out. And I've been playing the game since launch, and I'm not even at level 800 yet. And this is what Activision fucking does. They're like, you want this cool skin? You don't want to pay a dime for it? Well then start grinding, bitch ass! Crazy how you look at Counter-Strike 2 or Squad. They're making all these like crazy improvements to the game, and it's just gonna be like an update. Like you don't pay anything extra. It's just an update that comes out. Oh, but Activision's gotta make money, you know. We gotta make money. Come on. Black Cell, man, what a fucking joke. $30 for some tacky ass skins that end up getting you killed more often than not because of these little like aura effects that trail behind them. It's fucking disgusting, man. Like, more games are probably gonna try this bonus battle pass shit, and they're gonna make it even more egregious and lock even more stuff off. Like I said at the beginning, frogs in a pot, and that temperature's going up with every fucking guy I see running around with this reskinned FDL from Infinite Warfare. That pot's getting hotter and hotter for everyone in here. Like, just make a futuristic COD again. Just make futuristic games. You'll get a little bit of leeway for goofy shit if you make it, like, the year 2357. This Battle Pass map isn't even that bad of an idea. I actually really like it. You get to choose which, like, path you want to go down. It's like, I really want this ghost skin, so I'm going to go off to the left and go get that first. Then I'll go get the COD points and blah, blah, blah. Combine that with Battlefield 2042's actually rewarding Battle Pass progression with like the weekly challenges, and combine that with this, and you'd be great. Like, Battlefield 2042, for as much as people rag on it, and like, it definitely has its problems, progression isn't one of them. Just do your weekly challenges each week, and if you do all of the weekly challenges throughout the entire season, then you'll have the season pass done by the time the season ends. You don't have to like grind for an extra like 5 hours a day to get like 3 levels. And then with the bundles, you just go in and you buy whatever you want individually. It's like, oh, I just want this helmet. Just let me buy the helmet. That's it. I don't want the helmet, the gun, the emblem, the sticker. I don't want all that. Just give me the helmet, please. Thank you. And this is where the geniuses over Reddit go like, well, the reason why they add like silly skins instead of milsim skins is because nobody buys the milsim skins when they add those. Listen to me, you fucking idiot. I'm not paying 2,400 COD points for a character. And like, oh, I get some guns and no, I'm not paying that much money. That's ridiculous. I don't care how good it looks. I'm not paying a third of the game's asking price for a different uniform. I'm sure to people on Reddit, it's like no skin off their back because they pay for Reddit Gold willy-nilly. It's like, oh, $2,400 for Spawn? Yeah, I want to buy Spawn. I want that. Give me the whole Battle Pass. Give me Black Sail, yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of a weird moment for me because you guys already know, I've been so critical of this game. I haven't been wanting to spend anything extra on it. This season is actually looking pretty good. If you compare Season 6 of this game to every other season in the game, it just makes the rest of the seasons look terrible. Like, why do they even exist? If they would have put this amount of effort into every season for the game, I don't think I would have been as upset. Honestly, GG to Infinity Ward, because I might actually buy the Black Cell. This is exactly what I'm saying about Season 6. Like, look at this map. This map actually looks nice. It's not depressing and gray and bland and poop. This actually looks nice. Why did it take so long to put nice in the game? But between the new maps, the new guns, and all of the stuff that's actually in this Battle Pass, I actually think it's worth it. Okay, refresh my Battle Pass account. I think we bought it. I saw a lot of stuff on Twitter saying that this actually wasn't working, so I was kind of hesitant to get it, but they actually proved themselves. Like, they showed that they can make a good season of content if they want to. Wait, we have a Black Cell version of the creepy clown now? I gotta see this. Yeah, so this is the default version of it, but we'll also get the Black Cell version of it now. I'm gonna be honest, I like the regular one better.
A fool and his money are soon parted. So, Modern Warfare 3. The campaign, I don't think it's going to be very good. The zombies, I don't know why they're even bothering. And it just seems painfully obvious that they're like banking on these Modern Warfare 2 maps to make all the sales. And that, I mean, that's probably what's going to happen. I mean, I like this idea of the carry forward stuff. It'd be nice if they actually start employing this into future games and not as just a way to distract us from Modern Warfare 3 just being a DLC. Well, I say that, but then we'll just get another Vanguard situation where I've carried forward Ghost into Black Ops Gulf War, and I'm shooting Nicki Minaj with an XM7 in Kuwait. Modern Warfare 3 couldn't even get the logo right. Like, why didn't they keep the Modern Warfare logo the way that it has, like, in Modern Warfare 2? Like, this looks good, I like this. Do it like this. Now it's gonna look out of place in my Steam library. Oh. This brings me to my final point. This franchise can be amazing when it's allowed to be, and when Activision and the hand-wringers that work for them aren't desperately holding it back. For the 20-year anniversary of the franchise, what do we get? Do we get Call of Duty 1 remastered? No. Do we get Call of Duty 2 remastered? I fucking wish. For the 20th year anniversary, we get a rebrand. The franchise logo of the words Call of Duty itself has been changed to this awful angular shit. And I'm very worried for how the series will continue, especially given the greed on display here in Modern Warfare 2 going into Modern Warfare 3. This new logo looks so bad! It doesn't fit at all! Like, the old one fit regardless of the time period. It could be a historical game, it could be a modern game, it could be a futuristic game, it still looked good. You make little tweaks to it, yeah. Whereas the new one, like, they've just locked themselves into modern and futuristic settings now. Like, you can't put this on a World War II game, it looks out of place. Although, I guess they've set the precedent with World War II and Vanguard that they're not gonna do any more historical games anymore. At least nothing that actually is, like, historically accurate. When Modern Warfare was slated to get rebooted, I remember I made this joke game cover that I posted on Reddit for Hecking Wholesome Gold. I made the joke that it was going to be like Madden now. It's like, oh, it's time for Modern Warfare 19, then Call of Duty 2020 is next year. But I'm legitimately worried that that's what we're heading towards. Roster updates where you're changing weapons every year as opposed to football players. Carry forward your Lamar Jackson AKM to Call of Duty 25 and get an instant advantage. And all the games run on the same engine now, so it'd be pretty easy to do that. Not to mention, like, Warzone integration. So is Call of Duty becoming Madden? I mean, it seems pretty close. Because we're getting to the point now where we're holding back gameplay changes and features so that Activision can just sell them to you in the next game, like how EA does with Madden. Like, people are like, Infinity Ward isn't like changing their games, they don't listen to the community. I think they probably do. It's just that Activision is telling them, like, don't change the movement, don't change anything, don't change the gunplay. We're going to make Sledgehammer change those things so that way we can advertise it to them, so that way they're more incentivized to buy the next game. It's like what they did with Black Ops 4 or Call of Duty World War II. It's like everyone's tired of the futuristic movement shooters. We need a boots on the ground Call of Duty. Everyone will buy it if it's boots on the ground. And so Modern Warfare 3, they're making the movement speed faster. The TTK is a little bit higher. Looks like you're just going to be able to get around the map quicker. They've got this point shooting now. Like, that's not locked to a laser attachment, which I'm a big fan of. But, like, this could all be done in an update. You don't need a new game to do all this. Unless you want money, of course. And I know you can make the argument, it's like, this is what they've been doing the whole time, it's Call of Duty the same thing every year. Well, no, because Treyarch games play different from Infinity Ward games, because they were on different engines, technically. Like, you had the Infinity Ward engine, you had the Treyarch engine. Like, they played differently. But, I mean, if everything's on the IW9 engine, just make it all updates. Why not? Just have it be, like, themed updates. I mean, you might as well, because you got this Call of Duty HQ thing where it's all under, like, one banner now, like it's Halo Master Chief Collection or something. It sucks, man, because Modern Warfare 2 was going to be better than Modern Warfare 19. Better story, better, like, visual design, better spec ops, improved and refined gameplay, but definitely not better in terms of post-launch content and what that content is. Taking a line from Racevic, I feel like I have more respect and care for Call of Duty as a franchise than Activision does. For as much money as it costs to develop one of these games, and thus the amount of money that it generates with the microtransactions on top of every yearly release, Call of Duty isn't at the top because it's providing the best product. It's at the top because it has enough money to pump into development so that it can just keep churning out games, even if they're not ready, because they know that dipshits will just buy it anyway. Battlefield can't do that. Halo can't do that. But Call of Duty can. Battlefield's having trouble keeping up with a Minecraft clone of itself. And Halo can barely even keep up with its own engine. So what does Call of Duty have to compete with? Fortnite and X-Defiant. Just cobbled together crossover nonsense that I don't want to play. 10 years ago you had Modern Warfare 3 against Battlefield 3 against Halo Reach, and everyone was bringing their A game because of that competition. But outside of X-Defiant, Call of Duty doesn't have any competition anymore. And I don't consider X-Defiant to be competition because it's just it's the same thing. Run around wearing these stupid outfits and shoot each other with customizable modern weaponry in rundown maps of wherever. And people are like, oh, well, X-Defiant is a threat to Call of Duty because it's got, like, old-school classic Call of Duty gameplay, whereas the new ones, it's like, it's whatever. No. Modern Warfare 3 is already accounting for that. They changed the gameplay to be more like the old games, and that's all they have to do. They've got all the Modern Warfare 2 maps there at launch. That's not something you can beat. And it just goes to, like, Activision just has the money to just outspend Ubisoft. Like, XDefiant's not gonna win over Modern Warfare 3. I don't care if it doesn't have skill-based matchmaking or not. Call of Duty was good because of the experiences that it gave you, not because of whatever crossover skins they added that month. It was a franchise that set itself out to try and immerse you as a cog in the machine in a giant war. But now it's a theme park, where you're a cog in a much more nefarious machine. One built on money and little else. I think it's embarrassing that Call of Duty still does this code endowment thing where they try to honor veterans and give back to them. But apart from the campaign, Call of Duty doesn't give a shit anymore about the military. Only about making money. And the more that becomes the case, the less I want to be part of it. Because damn it, man, I love this game. I love this series. Like, Modern Warfare 2, the new one, this should have been a great game, but I hate what Activision has done to it. Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer trailer just dropped, and they couldn't even wait till after the game released to start pushing bundles in your face. I'm looking at comic book guns right now, and the game's not even out yet. They're not even trying to hide it anymore. They don't give a shit. Modern Warfare 3 will likely be a success just because Activision has manipulated all of us into ensuring that it will be. It's got all the best maps, it's got a better gameplay, you're keeping your unlocks, in a move that we should punish due to them charging money for what should be at most like a $30 expansion pack like Zombies Chronicles was. Because they already know this is going to be a hit, they're already planning on it. Because they're already going to replicate it, they're going to put Black Ops 2 remastered maps in whatever Call of Duty game comes out in 2025. Well, on the bright side, I get to use the links for another year.